As a triathlete, front crawl will make up an awful lot of your swim training, but that's not to say that the other strokes can't be considered. At Swim for Tri, we, during the fitness sessions, tried to introduce some options to alleviate some of the stresses of doing so much front crawl, to introduce some variety to some otherwise fairly long and potentially dull main sets, but also to think about the cross-training benefits, working the muscles through a different range of movements, and also actually sort of propelling yourself with different hand pathways is all useful towards your general full stroke front crawl propulsion. So I'm going to take a look at some slight deviations, obviously not legal if you are planning on going into master swimming, but if you haven't got the time to look at full stroke variations, then these might be a few shortcuts you'll can make use of. Front crawl arms with fly legs is a useful alternative without the stress of a double arm synchronized recovery brings. It's good core workout. It's also good if your timing is a little slow. If you've become a little bit too drilly on your full stroke front crawl, you might appreciate the downbeat of the leg kick speeding up the arm turnover, which can be quite useful. So this is the TRIFLY alternative. You keep the legs together and it's an undulation through the body, trying to sort of lift the hips up and down. Initially you might want to start with just the arms by your side and getting used to sort of lifting the hips up and down, and that will help move the legs up and down in an alternate direction. The double arm backstroke is quite useful as it takes the timing out of the equation. Both arms recover, small finger first. There is a catch phase if you can sort of work out how to engage the forearm, but this is a nice cool down movement at the end of a long front crawl main set you might want to try. You can take the pressure off with fins and a pull buoy just to make that a little bit more relaxing. Breaststroke arms with front crawl legs is a great variation on many levels. It's rather than sort of spending time with the head up and a kickboard doing legs only, it's a nice way to get the head down, the neck a little bit better aligned at the very least, to soften the stresses through the upper back when you're doing your kicking. It's also, because you're pulling through, you're again engaging more muscle groups, different movements, working out propulsion through a different pathway. Be careful not to bring the hands back behind the shoulders, that's going to be counterproductive. Drive the head down between the arms for an ideal breaststroke recovery. What you can see here is the continuous leg kick, which often is not apparent in full stroke front crawl, so this drill helps on many levels. Just to recap, obviously as a medley is a 4-stroke race, we have the front crawl to finish with, but just imagine now that you've got the other 3 variations at your disposal. The chance to add some variety to your main sets is going to be incredible. Imagine a 400 front crawl where we swim 1 length of the TRIFLY, 3 lengths of crawl, 1 length backstroke, 3 lengths of crawl, 1 of breaststroke, 3 lengths of crawl, and then obviously front crawl to finish. Suddenly you're thinking you've got the 16 lengths and a 25-meter pool flying by, so give them a go and they could just help bring a lot of variety to your swimming.